Hey everybody, Brian Bush, Top Crop Alliance. Follow up from our video on Monday where I said I'd be out checking fields looking for slugs and other problems here. So I spent the past couple days looking for issues here. This short video here is going to give you an idea some of the issues we're finding out here.
So to answer the easy question, did we find slugs? Yeah, we found slugs. Now, not going to lie to you though, I had to look really hard to find slugs because many fields did not have slugs. And where do we find those slugs? It was those hell holes that always seem to have slugs, that are always too wet. We leave the seed slot open, lots of residue. That's where we're finding problems. Under these piles of residue, you move it around, find the open seed slot, and there you go. That's where we had the slugs. But big picture, field after field I went to where we had heavy residue, you move the residue to the side, and there were no slugs present. Couldn't find them anywhere. As you move that residue to the side, I am finding things like earthworms, like that one right there. But really, the fields that had slugs, there was much fewer fields that had slugs than the fields that did not. So I'm here to say I don't think slugs are going to be a big issue for our crop in 2025. Another thing we're finding is the halo effect, this darkened areas on the cotyledons of the soybeans. That's from our levofungicide seed treatment. That's expected, not a problem at all. Honestly, a bigger concern than the slug damage is what you see here, PPO splash damage onto the necks of our soybeans. These PPO herbicides are an important part of our weed control program, and they're water soluble. So when they splash onto the necks, you see these kind of brownish spots here, which can weaken the neck as the cotyledons are blowing out of the ground. In extreme situations, it looks like this. The neck of this soybean is completely shrunken up because of that herbicide splash damage, and this seedling will not survive. Sometimes the neck doesn't die like this, but it weakens enough that as the cotyledons are pulling out of the ground, the soybean breaks its neck, which also is a 100% yield loss on these plants. It appears the window for this damage from the PPO splash is really between April 22nd and 24th, and primarily because those soybeans were necking through the ground when we had all the rain come through here, which has caused more splash damage and more problems. But even in these situations, I don't expect to have a lot of replant because of PPO splash damage, or it's going to be limited. Hope you enjoyed this dive into the mind of bush.